right, aloha again. It's great to have you for week 2 of Living in the Now. And last week, if you remember, we were focused on retraining your brain to be in the present moment, living in the now. And we talked about how you can step back as the witness and look at your life as a movie, as an outside observer, and to start to practice that a bit more so that you're cultivating this witnessing aspect within yourself, and you're strengthening or at least seeing the difference between the experience you may be having and the experiencer, the self and the ego, or your conscious and your subconscious. And so, what tends to come up for a lot of people when we start looking at our life through a little different lens is that the shadow comes up, the false self. We start to connect more with the true self, and then the false self might even become more apparent. And so, one of my teachers always says, darkness makes the light more relevant. So, if you're feeling that some stuff is coming up, that's natural. And what is coming up a lot of times is this programming that's been, running around in your mind and even your body for many, many years. So the researchers say that 95% of the thoughts we think are coming from the subconscious programs. We're really only using about 5% of our conscious brain day in and day out. And so the majority of time you're replaying these programs that you might have gotten all throughout your life. In fact, the first 7 years of your life, that's where a lot of the subconscious programming that you continue to play over and over and over in your mind comes from. So you could look back and see like what programs were inadvertently created through your parents or your school, or even maybe the church that you went to, what you were told as a little one, whether it had a positive or negative effect on you. So all of that is part of the reality of how our mind works, and it's completely natural. So we're going to work with looking at the unconscious recycling of those programs, right? The emotional baggage, even the physical programs that may be running in your body, mental and spiritual debris. And I love, my mom always says, when you take the trash out, you take the trash out. You don't start rummaging around in the trash after you've taken it out. So the same applies with your mind. So once you see it, just observe it. Again, observe it. And today is all about giving you some tools, both through the breath work and in meditation, to not be rummaging around in the garbage anymore. So that is the intention for today, to disconnect from drama and negative past experiences that are no longer serving you. So that is where we're going. Hopefully you are in a comfortable seat where you can practice a bit today. And so let's just start with bringing the palms of your hands together and rubbing them a bit to create a little bit of energy in the hands. And you might close the eyes so you begin to feel the sensation between both your palms. Feel the energy start to move. And then bring the palms to rest, pressing against one another, thumbs pressing to heart center. And start with just tuning into your natural breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. Simply witnessing and observing the breath. Feeling the expansion as you inhale and a sense of release on the exhale. And our first breath practice today is going to be an anchoring kriya, so one that is calming to the nervous system, and it's going to use your hands. So you can go ahead and open your eyes for a moment, and we're going to work with mudras today. And so you're going to bring the pinky and ring finger together, almost as if you're making peace signs with both hands. Pinky and ring finger to the thumb. And then they're going to rest on the tops of your knees. And again, you can do this seated on the floor, you can be in a chair. Just make sure your spine is long and not resting against the wall or the back of your chair. So that's the first position. You're going to inhale and hold this mudra. It's called Prana Mudra. And then as you exhale, you're going to turn the hands over, bring the ring finger and middle finger together, pressing to the thumb, and that's Apana Mudra. So Prana Mudra, Apana Mudra. And you'll just move the hands. So inhaling prana, exhaling apana. And again, the hands will rest right on your knees, just like this. So I'll talk you through this. We'll do it just for a bit because we're going to revisit it after we do one of the more energizing Kriya. So let's just start with inhaling through the nose, expanding, and then exhaling through the nose, releasing, turning the hands over for Apana Mudra. So inhale, prana. Exhale, apana. Inhaling, palms up. Exhaling, palms down. Inhaling. And exhale. So stay with your own breath, at your own pace, keeping the spine long. Feeling yourself grounding into this present moment, grounding into the now. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Keeping the face soft, the shoulders relaxed, and the spine long as you breathe in and out. Feeling the breath moving through the body. Take 3 more deep breaths here. Keeping your eyes closed and your focus inward. And then after your next breath, hold the mudra in one of the 2 mudras, whichever one feels like it's resonating most with you in this moment. And just hold the mudra, let go of the breath, and keep the eyes closed as we go into a meditation designed to help you disconnect from the drama of your life or anything that is not serving you now in this moment. So start to scan through the body and notice in the body where you are holding any tension. Just noticing, witnessing where there's tension and maybe also where there's a sense of ease. Witnessing any thoughts. And just allowing thought to pass out of your mind as easily as it came in. And begin to tune into your body a bit more fully where you're holding tension, or maybe there's some stuck energy that is potentially connected to a thought form, a pattern, a behavior that is no longer serving you. If you were to scan through your day, perhaps look back into your life, where are you recycling emotional, mental, physical, or even spiritual debris that is not serving you? This is a powerful meditation to do in the moment when you're feeling heavy or where you're feeling stuck or worried or fearsome. Or you have any attachments to the past, or perhaps a relationship in the present that feels toxic or that is inviting old patterns back into your life. So where you might have awareness of this, go ahead and release the mudra that you're holding and bring the palms of your hands together. And you might hold the palms in a almost like a bowl-like fashion near that place in the body where you feel some stuckness or tension. Just hold that energy for a moment as if you were creating a chalice or a bowl for that energy to flow out of you and into another place. Maybe it's your heart or your belly, or maybe up in your head towards your mind's eye, wherever it is, just visualize that bowl. It's like a safe space to bring that energy, to bring that thought form, that pattern, something that you may have been playing over. It might even be a very precious part of your whole story and your movie, but something that's not serving you as you move forward. So visualize taking a deep breath in through the nose and then exhaling through the mouth as if you're exhaling that energy, that thought form. Inhaling and exhaling, like you're placing that energy, moving that energy into that chalice, away from your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body. So keep doing that, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling as if you're finding those dark places and bringing a little light to it, and then exhaling and releasing it. As if you were writing your story on a computer, you might need to highlight it so you can delete it. Inhale, having awareness around it, exhaling it to release and delete. Do this as many times as it feels necessary to kind of feel some disconnection, feel this energy away from you. And then you might even see and visualize it away from you. And it might look like a story, an image, or it just might feel like energy. You might even see the bowl kind of filling up with sort of shadowy, dark energy, and that's okay. And you might have a sense of where these energetic cords are still attached to you. In Hawaii, we call them aka cords. So you might visualize cutting the cord from that energy, or as my teacher says, gently grabbing the cords of attachment and just releasing them like little menehune hands, gently releasing, saying it's okay to leave me. And when you feel a sense of disconnection, even momentarily, then visualize the energy in your hands, those thought forms, those patterns, that old debris you no longer want to recycle, and see if you can transform it through the power of the elements. Maybe it is you visualize the wind carrying that energy away. Or maybe you visualize fire or water. Or maybe you visualize it submerging into the earth as compost, being recycled into something fertile and more healthy and productive for you. So just take a few moments to do that, visualizing that energy recycling in a positive way, knowing that energy is never lost. You might feel some type of sensation in your hands. You might even feel some weight to it. Some weight to your chalice or your bowl. And let that energy from the elements transform it, whichever one most resonates with you. And then just allow it to release gently from your hands, bringing your hands back down to your knees. And scanning the body once more, just tuning into the whole body. Noticing where you might feel any shifts, where there might feel some freedom or ease, where those energetic attachments may live in your body. And you can return to this simple meditation, this visualization, and do it on your own at any time. Because these patterns tend to be potent and powerful and replayed over and over, this is a simple exercise that you can do anytime you're feeling heavy. So we'll move into a bit of breath work that will help to further release some of those cords and release some of that energy. So it's going to be a breath called Virata. And you're going to keep those hands energized. The hands are going to stay open. And you're going to open the hands, inhale through the nose, and exhale forcefully through the mouth. So it's going to be rather fast and rhythmic. And I encourage you to, wherever you might feel those energetic connections, work with that place in the body. So if it's the belly, the heart, the head, wherever it is on your body, work with that part of the energy flow in your body. And we're going to do this through a rhythmic motion. We're going to do this for a couple of minutes. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth very forcefully. Okay, so here we go. You can keep the eyes closed, spine fluid, pumping the arms, pumping the breath. Make sure you're inhaling deeply through the nose as well to bring in more energy to the body, exhaling to release. You can even move the hands up and down the body. If you want to move them overhead a bit, you can. Or down lower in the body. Feeling the heat generated in the body as you burn up some of this stagnant energy that's no longer serving you. Then inhale the arms out. Hold the breath for a moment at the top of the inhalation. Just feel the sensation of energy moving through your body, awakening the prana, awakening the energy, awakening the mana. And then we'll move into another variation of this where you're just shaking the energy out. So inhale and exhale. So you're just shaking the energy out. If you really feel it in one part of your body, you can just take a deep inhale and then just allowing the inhale to naturally arise. Exhaling through the mouth as if you're just shaking that energy out of your energy system. Again, moving the hands around the body, noticing where there's any stuck energy or aka cords that need to be released. Maybe spend a little bit more time there. And then one long exhale. Drop the hands back down to your knees. And we'll come right back into the exercise we did at the beginning, prana apana anchoring breath. Inhaling, exhaling through the nose. Inhaling prana, exhaling apana. Inhaling prana mudra, exhaling apana mudra. Stay with your breath, keeping your eyes closed and your focus inward. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, face relaxed, settling your energy. And then once again, coming to a place where you're holding one of the two mudras. Just holding, letting go of the breath. Taking a moment to scan over the body once more as the witness. Noticing if anything has shifted for you just in this short session. Acknowledging the power of your own breath, your own mind. And then bringing your palms together once more, thumbs to heart center. Just affirming your appreciation for your own body and your own mind and spirit. Thank you for taking the time today to practice with me. Aloha Namaste. And next week, we will be kind of going down this road a bit further and give you some practices, more practices that you can do in the very moment when you catch yourself hooked into that negative self-talk, right? Which is again, it's kind of a fruit of the programming that is running over. I should say the bad fruit, right? The rotten fruit that is the byproduct of the negative programming that might be replaying over and over in us, whether it's a sense of lack or a sense of self-worth or fear, fear attached to some past experience. So it's the negative self-talk that comes in our mind that also keeps us stuck, and it keeps those programs running. So we're going to go through some tools that are specifically designed to help you interrupt those patterns and move towards activating your conscious mind, your conscious brain, and living a better life now. So thank you again, and look forward to seeing you on the next one.